Hello everyone, thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you all. I want to say thank you to everyone that have subscribed, and please, if you haven't yet subscribed, do click on the subscribe button down below and also give us a thumbs up. Hit on the like button just to let us know you do appreciate what we're doing here. So we've got a breaking news. The news reaching us today is that the court has awarded a 1 million naira against the federal government for disrupting #RevolutionNow protests. We all know that this protest was held August 5th last year, 2019, and it was organized by SOWORE. We all know he was a convener of the #RevolutionNow protest. And what federal government did on that day was that they tear gas, they arrested and malhandled Nigerians for organizing. It was a peaceful protest indeed, protest in Abuja. It was a peaceful one, but federal government took it the other way, and they took the federal government to court. A lawyer stood on behalf of the #RevolutionNow and took them to court. So we're going to jump straight into the news to get the full details. Court awards 1 million naira against federal government disrupting RevolutionNow protest. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos have awarded 1 million naira against the federal government over the disruption of the August 5th, 2019 #RevolutionNow protest by security agents. The court, while hearing the case on Monday, May 4th, awarded the 1 million naira in favor of a Lagos-based lawyer, Olukoya Ogunbeje, who said he participated in the #RevolutionNow protest and was among those tear-gassed by security agents. The judge agreed with Ogunbeje, who sued on behalf of himself and other participants in the protest, that the federal government deprived them of their right to peaceful assembly and association in violation of Section 38, 39, and 40 of the 1999 Constitution. Justice Maureen Oyetunu, while delivering the judgment, held that the disruption of the peaceful protest by the federal government through the police was illegal, oppressive, undemocratic, and unconstitutional. The judge also condemned the mass arrests, harassment, tear-gassing, and clamping into detention of the protesters. Apart from the 1 million naira awarded against the federal government, the court also ordered the federal government to tender a public apology to the lawyer in a 3-national daily newspaper. The judge, however, upheld the defense of the DSS that it was not involved in the disruption of the protest. The RevolutionNow protest was convened by a presidential candidate and a publisher of Sahara Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, who was arrested by the Department of State Services (DSS) on August 3rd. Ogunjegbe had urged the court to award 500 million naira as general and exemplary damages against the federal government, DSS, and the Attorney General of the Federation, but the court only awarded 1 million naira. In the affidavit, which he filed in support of the suit, Ogunjegbe said when he was co-opted into the #RevolutionNow protest as a lawyer, he checked the Constitution and found that it was lawful. So my people, this is the news I'm reaching us at the moment. The court has awarded 1 million naira against federal government for disrupting the #RevolutionNow protest, which was held last year, August 5th, 2019. We all know how that played out. Still at the moment, we know Sowore, the convener of this #RevolutionNow, is still in the net of the federal government. For which reason, nobody knows. What he did was that he organized a peaceful protest, and the federal government took it the other way. We also know that Sowore has appealed to the court as well for his the lifting of ban. You know, when he was arrested and he was detained, he's been going to court. At a time, some DSS unknown personnel came to that court, stormed the court, and wanted to forcefully move him away, take him away, and he was screaming. The video went viral at that time. He was screaming that these people want to kill me. I don't know where they're taking me to. And it was Locke was on his side, that he had some of his supporters around him on that day in the court, that they were able to resist the arrest, that those unidentified personnel could not take him out of the court. But we also know that when after he was released from detention, the bail conditions given to him, one of them was that he was not going to leave Abuja. He was going to remain in Abuja. We also know very well that they took his passport. But holding him in Abuja, I really don't understand why they're holding him in the Federal Capital Territory. We also know that right now he's filing an appeal against this ban to be lifted. For crying out loud, they've taken his passport. He's not going to leave the country, but for why they are holding him in Abuja, we really don't know. And also, in the meantime, what happened in that period of time was that a lawyer who was part of this #revolution now filed a suit against the federal government, took the federal government to court for disrupting that peaceful protest. As a matter of fact, not just disrupting it, but they harassed a lot of participants. They tear gassed them, they malhandled them, arrested them, detained, and did all sorts. And as a lawyer, he filed a suit against the federal government. Initially, his suit was for that of 5 million naira. That was what he urged the court to ask the federal government to pay as damages for disrupting that peaceful protest. But he at the end of the day, he got just 1 million naira. 1 million naira was awarded to him. We really don't know the basis of which 1 million naira was awarded to him, but that was what he got on behalf of himself and all the participants of that peaceful protest. We can see now that the federal government, they really don't like change, because what Omoyele Sowore was protesting is just revolution now. We've been crying out for change. We need change in our government. We need change to come into our society. That's all he's been protesting for. And now he's still being held. Even if he has been granted bail, but he's still a prisoner. I would say he's still a prisoner because he's been asked not to leave Abuja. He's been held in one location. His passport has been taken from him for no reason, some flimsy excuses. The other day, it was stated that one of the reasons he was arrested was because he insulted presidency. That means people don't have freedom of speech again. They said he insulted presidency. And we really know the way, the kind of games, the way politics is being played. Even our judges, even the courts, we don't know if sometimes we can't even say if they are really fair enough, if their judgment is fair enough. Because for number one, this protest, it was even heard, it was it was covered in the media. We couldn't see any kind of violence. There was no violence at all as regards to this protest. It was a very peaceful one that was carried out on that fateful day, the 5th of August 2019. But we don't know what federal government is scared of. They're really scared of this man Sowore, and at the end of the day, they feel like they've gotten what they want, but Sowore is not letting go. He's not letting go. We can see it has all started. The victory has started. The court has awarded this 1 million naira for disrupting the protest. And we also know that very soon we're going to hear the verdict even from the appeal Sowore has put forward for the ban to be lifted, keeping him in Abuja and to allow him to carry out a peaceful protest. We know what the lawyer stated, that when he was at the time he was invited to join this #revolution, and what he did as a lawyer was that he checked the constitution. He found that it was lawful, meaning that all that they did on that day was not illegal. It was lawful. It's under the law. It's under the constitution to carry out a peaceful protest. It's just a peaceful protest and nothing else. So federal government, whatever they are scared of, we don't know. They don't really like change. Maybe it's the name that frightens them, #revolution, and they don't want revolution to come into our country. So my people, that's the news reaching us at the moment. Please do leave your comment down below in the comment section. I want to take this time to say thank you once again to everyone that have subscribed. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed, do click on the subscribe button down below and also hit on the notification bell, as it enables you to get updates of all of our latest news as they come in. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the like button just to let us know you do appreciate what we're doing here. So till I come your way again, it's bye for now and God bless.